Here's what's happening now. Clouds are taking off. So is this it? Have we seen the last of summer? Karen.
A man leads police on a chase from Fraser into Clinton Township before officers open fire on the driver. Donald Trump makes a surprise visit to Mexico ahead of unveiling his immigration plan. Steve.
A major airline with a new ad campaign going after a touchy subject, saying, we know we have issues, but maybe sometimes passengers are the problem.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
We begin with a police chase in Macomb County that ended with gunfire. The chase began in Fraser, ended at 15 and Kelly Road in Clinton Township. The Ford Mustang allegedly ran a red light at this intersection and then was boxed in. Police said the driver continued to ram police vehicles, and that's when 29-year-old was shot by police. The victim's brother, who didn't want to be identified, spoke to us about the incident.
I'm shocked. I'm sad. I don't know what's going to happen, so I just want answers.
Sources say the driver was conscious and alert, and he was being put into an ambulance. We are told he is out of surgery this afternoon and expected to be okay. He could be arraigned as early as Friday. The reason for the chase hasn't been released. Today, a guilty verdict was reached in the murder of Kajavia Globe. A jury convicted 24-year-old Maxwell Brack, Globe's ex-boyfriend, of second-degree murder. You might recall, Globe went missing back in December. Her body was found in a trash can in Detroit days after her disappearance. Globe's death was ruled a homicide. Police said Brack was the man seen wearing this mask that you see on your screen and then using Globe's ATM card. Former Michigan State University basketball star Keith Appling was back in court for an emergency bond hearing following his third arrest in the past 6 months. Prosecutors wanted Appling's bond to be increased after claiming he violated his bond conditions of his first 2 arrests. The judge agreed.
All right. But I think when it's done in violation of the law, in violation of conditions that are set by the court, I mean, bond conditions really aren't that difficult to follow.
The judge increased bond on Appling's first 2 arrests of $50,000 each. He will also have to wear a GPS tether and have a curfew. Appling is facing numerous gun charges plus fleeing and eluding charge. Metro Detroit man with 12 drunk driving convictions will stand trial for second-degree murder. Charles Cahill is accused of driving drunk and causing the crash that killed 12-year-old Victoria Mack. Our Guy Gordon talked with Victoria's family today, who plan to file lawsuits against Cahill and the owner of the car he was driving.
This is such a shocking case. Just to imagine it, 12 drunk driving convictions stretching back 31 years, many of them felonies. Now he's up on second-degree murder charges for killing 12-year-old Veronica Mack back on July 27th. He is going to trial. He did try to soften the blow for the family today, and you will not believe how much support this family is getting. We'll have it for you coming up at 6.
All right, thank you so much, Guy. Time now to look at our first look for the forecast, and it might be Wednesday, but lots of folks thinking about that holiday weekend, Ben.
Yeah, and probably a lot more after seeing what we've got coming tonight. The worst of the day is past us. We've gotten the showers out of here. In fact, some of those thunderstorms just now rolling off of the Lake Erie shoreline into the open waters. We're dry. We're starting to break the clouds up, and as that sunshine emerges, a couple of us are going to get above 80 degrees, but generally the big switch is going to be that lower humidity. We're still in the 70s here in our west, north, and south zones, but right at 80 in Romulus, and we will get that lower humidity in here tonight. That is going to make things feel incredibly more comfortable compared to where we were last night. So those temperatures falling into the 60s. In fact, we'll be in the 60s shortly after sunset tonight. Skies clear out, and we will wake up with a very crisp start tomorrow morning. We'll take a look at your 4-zone forecast coming up in just a few minutes, and don't forget to find your zone on our website at clickondetroit.com. Karen.
Donald Trump is in Mexico right now after accepting an invitation from the country's president. Devin joins us now in the newsroom. And Devin, details of that meeting had been kept under wraps from the Trump campaign. Quite a surprising day. And still under wraps so far, Karen. Very little was made public about Trump's private meeting with the Mexican president Enrique Peña Nieto. Not only that, the reporters who normally travel with Trump, who've been with him through this entire campaign, they were left in Phoenix while Trump took a chartered flight to Mexico City today. Now, Trump landed in Mexico around 2 o'clock. We know that. He is expected to make a joint statement with President Nieto before he leaves, but so far that has not happened. So it is unclear right now what the two talked about, whether or not, for example, Trump told President Nieto that Mexico would be paying for that wall along the border. That joint statement is again expected at any time. We expect we'll have details for you coming up here at 5 p.m. Now, meanwhile, this weekend, Trump will be making, of course, another visit to the city of Detroit. Plans to sit down with Detroit pastor Bishop Wayne T. Jackson for an interview on Saturday at the Great Faith Ministries Church on Detroit's west side. That also will not be made public. It'll be up to that church and the pastor to decide when they'll be releasing that interview. Karen, back to you. All right. Thank you, Devin. Well, we have just learned former President Bill Clinton will be in Detroit this holiday weekend and expected to participate in the city's annual Labor Day parade. Meantime, Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton spent the day in Cincinnati. That is where she criticized Trump for trying to make up for a year of insults by spending a few hours in Mexico.
People have to get to know that they can count on you, that you won't say one thing one day and something totally different the next. And it certainly takes more than trying to make up for a year of insults and insinuations by dropping in on our neighbors for a few hours and then flying home again. That is not how it works.
Clinton's campaign says she has also been invited to make a visit to Mexico and that she will talk again with the Mexican president at, quote, the appropriate time. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world on your Wednesday afternoon. Let's start in Florida, where Tropical Storm Hermine has formed in the Gulf of Mexico. The storm is about 415 miles west of Tampa, carrying winds of 40 miles an hour. The storm is expected to gain strength and could make landfall by tomorrow afternoon. Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency for 42 counties in that state and also is asking residents to prepare for heavy rains, high winds, and flash flooding. Today marks the 19th anniversary of the death of Princess Diana. Back in 1997, her death stunned the world. She was killed while traveling through Paris with her boyfriend. The limo was being chased by photographers and then crashed in a tunnel. The limo driver later tested positive for alcohol and drugs and was driving nearly twice the speed limit. Princess Diana was just 36 years old. One of the world's most wanted terrorists may have been killed on Tuesday. His name is Abu Muhammad al-Dhani. He was born in Syria. He is best known for his calls for lone wolf attacks in the West. Right now, ISIS media says he is dead. However, U.S. officials are not confirming that he was killed. The first commercial flight between the United States and Cuba in more than a half a century landed in the central city of Santa Clara today. The JetBlue flight touched down this morning with about 150 people on board, carrying mostly airline executives, U.S. government officials, and journalists. The flight was only 45 minutes long. Ultimately, JetBlue expects to have 7 daily flights to Cuba. Meantime, JetBlue isn't the only airline making national attention this afternoon. After launching a new ad campaign telling passengers how to behave, American Airlines is coming under fire. Steve Garagiola joins us now from Metro Airport with reaction from travelers.
There's an old adage in retailing, the customer is always right. Well, we all know that's not true. Sometimes the worst customers are rude and obnoxious. For the first time, a major airline says, why don't we talk about that? Remember the old days of air travel? Everybody smiled, was polite, courteous, not just the airline and its people, but all of the passengers. Those were the days, and those days are gone. Today, many travelers find the worst annoyance from fellow passengers.
Music blasting and just won't move out of your way, and kids crying and all that good stuff.
Oh, you got a lot of them.
Yes.
American Airlines is coming out with a new ad campaign that says passengers should do their part to make traveling more pleasant, that it's not the sole responsibility of the airline. If you travel, you know all too well what a problem bad passenger behavior is. According to recent surveys, the top 3 gripes are seat kickers, parents who don't make their children behave, and passengers who, let's just say, have not paid sufficient attention to hygiene. But there are others, like the guy next to you who falls asleep.
It's terrible when they get to slobbing and drooling all over you. I mean, you want to give them a shove, but you don't want to be rude.
And then there's the talker.
I'm so looking forward to my time to sit there and do what I want to do. But yeah, he keeps talking and photobombing my selfies while I'm taking my picture, you know.
What do you do to stop a talker?
This last time I just pulled out a bag of Doritos and I told the guy that if he didn't stop talking so much, I was going to blow my breath in his face.
There are passengers who share everything, all of their mess and all of their germs.
Someone's got a visible cold and they're kind of putting everything everywhere. So if they have tissues and they're just kind of putting it on the seat table and kind of just sharing their germs with you, I'm not a big fan of that.
It's a bold move for an airline to call into question the behavior of some of its customers. But let's be honest, some of that behavior is pretty horrible. The new ad campaign rolls out this week, a call for a return to courtesy and civility. A quick look around would indicate we have a long way to go. I'm Steve Garagiola, Local 4.
Ooh, those bare feet. Thank you very much, Steve. Ahead first at 4, Chipotle rolling out some big changes that it looks to win customers back. We'll tell you what the restaurant chain is doing that could save you some cash. Also, 2 people who gained national attention in the George Zimmerman and Casey Anthony trials are now out of a job. We've got details coming up. Dr. McGeorge.
Well, Karen, up next in Good Health, cell phones can be a big distraction for all of us, including our children. So coming up, what you need to know about the dangers as kids prepare to go back to school.
The coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
Could your children help high-tech thieves get your personal information or hack into your iPhone?
I know it's probably not a good idea, but I have let them play with my phone.
I'll reveal the mistakes that parents could be making that could give hackers the upper hand.
All right, thanks so much, Hank. And Ben is back. Enjoying this. I call them the last 2 days of summer, but it may not necessarily be the case.
Right, traditional of summer, but you know, we technically still have 3 more weeks.
That's true.
Once we get past Labor Day. So, but we've got all good stuff on the forecast here in the short term. It's just not going to be as hot or as humid as what we've been used to seeing. In fact, you can see the difference in that humidity between our northern half of the area and the southern half. It's still pretty muggy down here from Detroit to the state line. 70-degree dew points in Grosse Ile and Monroe. Then you get north of 8 Mile in our northern zone and also in our parts of our west zone. You can see those dew points have dropped into the 50s in some cases. We will all get to enjoy this by the end of the evening tonight. Looking outside of Mount Clemens, you can already start to see those clouds are eroding pretty quickly. 80 degrees though in Metro is our current temperature. We do have a wind. It's already shifted out of the north-northwest and it's noticeable at 13 miles an hour. That's going to be bringing in not only the drier air, but also the less humid air as well. Storm Pin showing one of the tall ships passing by Marysville this afternoon when we still had the clouds hanging out there. Appreciate that shot. I'm sure we'll be getting a lot of them, a lot of nice weather shots as we head towards the Labor Day weekend. Not so nice weather down to the south, and as you heard earlier, Hermine getting its act together here in the Gulf Coast. You can already start to see the rain is approaching the Florida Peninsula, but the actual core of the storm isn't going to make landfall until we get into Thursday afternoon. Back home, things starting to clear out. You can see that break of clouds, but notice what's happening up north. This is what's going to happen to us tomorrow. Starting out with sunshine, but then we see those cold air clouds from the north wind start filling in the afternoon. So even though it will be a bright start to tomorrow morning, we're still going to get plenty of clouds during the day tomorrow, and those just may be enough to trigger at least an instability shower in the afternoon. I think it's going to be more of an issue on the east side. Anything that shows up is going to be very light, but we are not going to see a whole lot in the way of afternoon sunshine tomorrow. Clouds will clear back out on Thursday night, leading to a pretty nice weekend ahead. Tonight we're looking at 59 degrees, and that's our city low temperature. We'll see even cooler numbers outside of Detroit. Mostly clear skies, a very light wind dying down as we get into the nighttime hours. Here's your 4-zone forecast, and look at these high temperatures tomorrow. 73 is as warm as it's getting, and that's in Detroit and Dearborn. You can see the metro zone all in the low 70s. Even in our south zone, numbers not too much different here. 72 in Dundee tomorrow. Adrian, you'll be at 72. Morenci, 73 in the afternoon hours. Don't have any 60s here in our west zone, but awfully close in Flint and Fenton. Chelsea at 72. Howell checking in at 71 tomorrow afternoon. And north of M59, yeah, there may be some 60s for highs here, especially in North Branch, Marlette, and Lexington in the afternoon hours. 70s for highs all the way through Saturday. We do start getting warmer, but not more humid as we get into the upcoming weekend. So a beautiful stretch for Labor Day weekend. Karen?
Thank you, Ben. Let's talk good health. There is a warning about distracted walking as kids get ready to head back to school. So what's this all about, Doc?
Well, Karen, you know, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of this when I see kids walking around, especially going to school. So in a new study, researchers actually simulated crossing a busy street, and they asked people of all ages to push a button when they felt it was safe to cross, while they were using a cell phone. Now, all of the participants were distracted, but children, well, they were the slowest to react. And experts are really urging parents to talk to their kids about when it's appropriate to be using a cell phone on the way to and from school. And I would add, that's probably extra important now that Pokemon Go is so popular, and kids are going to be walking around with their cell phones trying to catch them all, as it were.
It is really dangerous. All right, thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Ahead first at 4, the cheapest new car in the country is revealed, and it might surprise you. Plus, we're going live to Pershing High School, where students are celebrating the return of the school year. We'll be right back. But first, as we go to break, take a look at the screen, and you'll see how the markets have closed for the day. Time now for a look at today's top trending stories, and we begin right here in Detroit, where schools are preparing for the first day of class next week. So let's go live to Pershing High School. Take a look at your screen, and that's where students are coming together this afternoon for a drum line to ring in the new school year. Let's take a quick listen. Sounds pretty good. The students will now be heading out to the community to talk with neighbors about the return of the school year. The first day of classes are on Tuesday. Take a look at these two key figures in high-profile trials. Well, they both lost their jobs this week in Florida. We're talking about Angela Corey. She was the prosecutor in the case against George Zimmerman, while Jeff Ashton, he was the prosecutor in the Casey Anthony trial. Both Corey and Ashton gained national attention for their roles in the trial, but ultimately, both Casey Anthony and George Zimmerman were acquitted. Yesterday, Corey and Ashton lost primaries for re-election. Both came under heavy criticism after not being able to get a conviction. Ashton also faced some criticism last year for being a member of the infidelity website Ashley Madison. Well, this story is trending. Lots of folks are talking about this car. It is the cheapest car in the United States on sale right now. The 2017 model Nissan Versa recently rolled out to dealers across the country. The subcompact car has a starting price of just under $13,000, making it the cheapest new car on the market. The base model Versa has a 5-speed manual transmission and comes with standard crank windows, Ben.
Get out.
It doesn't have power locks either. Remember those crank windows?
Yes, they would always go bad on me in the drive-through window.
I would always try to act like it was automatic, so I would do it like with my wrist to try to be cool. I don't think I tricked anybody. No, but I was trying to be cool. Chipotle is working hard to win back customers, and its latest round of promotions includes freebies for kids and students. All next month, children 12 and under will eat free when an adult with them purchases a regular priced entree. The restaurant chain is also offering all high school and college students a free drink with their entree when they show a valid student ID. The promotions follow a series of food safety issues at the restaurant chain over the last year. Ahead first at 4, we're talking about this scene. A college football player's small gesture is making a real big difference in one family's life. We've got that story next. Finally, first at 4, Florida State University football players' actions during a visit to a middle school is getting nationwide attention today.
It's a really cool story. Check this out. This is junior wide receiver Travis Rudolph. Says he noticed a boy was eating alone, so he wanted to join him. And it turns out the boy has autism.
The boy's mother was so touched by the gesture when she heard about what happened. She shared the picture on Facebook, thanking Rudolph and calling him a hero. Her post has already been shared more than 10,000 times.
And you know that boy's probably the coolest kid in school now.
Definitely. Lesson for everyone, really.
Yeah, hanging out with the football team.
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us first at 4. We're back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is next.